Ween's White Pepper was released on May 2nd, 2000 and stands as a pivotal entry in Ween's eclectic discography. Known for their irreverent, genre-hopping, and bathroom humor, Ween had by this point built a reputation as musical shapeshifters. With White Pepper, however, the band offered a refined, surprisingly earnest, and collection of songs cleanly produced, melodically rich, and at times emotionally resonant, leaning more into accessible, genre-faithful territory. But is this a sign of maturity or a veiled continuation of their subversive aesthetic? At its core, White Pepper is an exercise in controlled mimicry. Where previous albums often lampooned genres by exaggerating their tropes, White Pepper commits more fully to the form, so much that the line between parody and homage becomes intentionally blurred. Take Stay Forever, a lush soft rock ballad with no overt comedic cues. On a surface level, it could be mistaken for an earnest love song, and perhaps it is, but the ambiguity is what makes it distinctively Ween. Is it mocking sincerity, or is it exploring it through a lens of pastiche? Similarly, Even If You Don't, with its bright chords and upbeat delivery, is radio-ready pop rock, but its lyrics are laced with passive aggression and emotional detachment. It's the breakup song as a pop confection, and the dissonance between its tone and message hints at the tension running throughout the album. Is Ween finally playing it straight, or are they performing sincerity itself? While Ween is often celebrated for its surreal or nonsensical lyrics, White Pepper contains moments of unexpected depth. Many of the songs explore themes of alienation, disillusionment, and emotional retreat, but always obliquely hidden beneath genre veneers. Exactly Where I'm At opens the album on a note of existential resignation cloaked in a deceptively breezy melody. She's Your Baby, the album's closer, is minimalist and haunting with lyrics that suggest emotional distance and unspoken loss. The Grove uses cryptic metaphor-heavy language to invoke a sense of personal or spiritual erosion set against a hard driving rhythm. These tracks stand in contrast to Ween's earlier reliance on overt weirdness or juvenile shock. Instead, White Pepper engages in a subtler form of destabilization, undermining musical expectations through emotional misdirection and tonal shifts. The album's clean, polished production, courtesy of longtime collaborator Andrew Weiss and mixer Chris Shaw, itself is a statement. It's a stark contrast to the sonic murk of The Pod or the playful abrasiveness of Chocolate and Cheese. It foregrounds the band's musicality, which is frequently underappreciated beneath their comedic reputation, and it sets the listener up for disorientation, as the clarity of production can make the emotional misdirection and lyrical ambiguity more jarring. Where earlier albums attacked from the front with noise and absurdity, White Pepper subverts from within the form. This slickness does two things. It's musical infiltration rather than explosion. In the year 2000, the alt-rock boom of the 90s was waning, and pop-punk, nu metal, and hyper-produced pop acts were taking over. White Pepper was released into a shifting musical landscape, and its refusal to neatly align with any trend may have contributed to its commercial underperformance. However, the album has aged remarkably well, in part because it doesn't belong to any one moment. It exists in a temporal vacuum, drawing from the late 60s psychedelia, 70s soft rock, 90s alt-pop, and classic pop songwriting. That timelessness makes it difficult to categorize, but rewarding to visit. White Pepper is often interpreted as the moment where Ween grew up, but that reading oversimplifies the band's intentions. Rather than abandoning absurdity, they internalized it, embedding it in emotional ambivalence, tonal ambiguity, and genre sincerity. In this sense, the album can be seen as post-ironic. It plays with sincerity, not to mock it, but to explore its fragility. White Pepper doesn't ask, what if we meant it? It becomes that question, performed again and again through different musical lenses. Ween's White Pepper is neither a parody nor a pivot. It's a carefully constructed paradox, a record that embraces clarity while destabilizing meaning, that sounds accessible but defies easy categorization, that flirts with sincerity without ever surrendering fully to it. It is perhaps the most subversively Ween album they ever made, less chaotic than their past work, but more intellectually layered. It requires more from the listener, less laughter, more listening. And in doing so, it rewards a deeper, more reflective engagement.